Yes. Can you guys see the screen? Fadil, Tarif, Shahid and Iyad.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I hope थोड़ा आप लोग पढ़ के आए हैं. ठीक है. Alcohol, phenols and ethers. It's a topic. Try कीजिए. And as we go on, we will be looking at the reactions also. Huh? For example, this is one of the reactions. Here you have given reactant and you have to match it with the products. And look at the option. Which option is the most suitable that you should first of all try? Okay, all the options are almost similar. No, I mean, if you the D1 will be a better option. If you can identify the products of phenol and concentrated HNO3. D or yeah, D1 will be the best because it is going to narrow down the options even more. Actually, I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes. Okay, I've got only 2 answers till now. It's not very tough. Consider HNO3. Okay, Tariq also gave the answer. Please revise a bit and then come to class. It will be much better for you guys. Like even if you just read the NCERT, it will be very beneficial. Okay, let us see. So I said that if you identify the first, the D option, it will be very easy. So phenol with concentrated HNO3. So phenol shows two types of reaction with HNO3. One is with dilute HNO3 and one is with concentrated. So in concentrated HNO3, what happens? Conc HNO3, you are going to get NO2 in all the ortho and para positions. The OH will be as it is, and you will get NO2 in all the ortho and para positions. And this is known as picric acid. So D1 is for 4, and you have to look at the options D3, D4, D3, D2. So D4 will be the correct option. Okay. Now, even if you identified like phenol plus zinc, this is all all of these reactions are quite, I would say, popular reaction. It is not something very from inside the textbook or something like that. All of these are very popular. For example, phenol to zinc, phenol plus zinc and heat, it is going to give you benzene. It is the best method to remove the OH group from the phenol ring. Next, we have phenol plus CHCl3. This is Riemer-Tiemann reaction, one of the most popular name reaction in phenol. Phenol, CO2, NaOH, and HCl, it is coal-based reaction. Again, it is very famous. So, what does CHCl3 does? It's ClCl3, it is going to give you salicylaldehyde, in which what happens? The first of all, the chlorine is removed, and after that, both the chlorines are replaced by OH, and then water is removed, and you get salicylaldehyde. Similarly, in coal-based reaction, what happens? You get the CO2 is added, and once CO2 is added, after that you hydrolyze it, and that means you add water. Once you add water, you will get salicylic acid. Okay, so these are the correct options. Please write this down. All of these reactions, I mean, they are just on the face of the NCERT text. I mean, it's not from inside or anywhere. I hope you have written something down. Moving on, please try this. Now, what I see here is now that all the questions that they have asked, at least in this year, it is mostly, like most of the questions I would say, is from NCERT and from the lines of NCERT itself. It's not very far-fetched ideas that is present in NCERT, and they're asking that. They're asking whatever is in the textbook. Can you take 2 more minutes? Okay, Maria. Okay, Shahid, very good. Both, actually, ठीक है आप लोग इसको, when the 2 minutes are over, then I will show you guys like they're exactly from the NCERT. Now, see, I don't know, आप लोगों ने you are giving this exam for the first time, but generally what used to happen was NEET examination, everything is asked from NCERT as it is, at least in chemistry. But that was not the case in JEE. What we are seeing this year, that they are asking directly from the NCERT. Like, they are just picking up lines from NCERT and they're making questions from there. So what I think is that there was one of the circulars, I mean, it was proposed by NTA that they would combine the JEE and NEET examinations. I mean, obviously, JEE and NEET examinations, this will be combined and it will be having 4 sections. You will have physics, chemistry, maths, and bio. And you have to attempt any 3 in which physics and chemistry will be the same for everything. You have to opt between maths and bio. And now that was the proposed idea. So I think they are moving towards this direction, and that is why what they are doing, they are moving towards the level of the NEET itself. That they will combine this examination for JEE and NEET. There will be only one examination after your 12th standard, and that examination will itself decide what college you are going to get. At least with respect to the chemical, sorry, at least with respect to the engineering and the medical field, the main 2 examinations will be combined. So I think they are moving in that direction, and I hope we will be seeing a lot more NCERT questions, direct NCERT lines in the examination. Because the 2 minutes are over, but अब देखिए ना, आपको हम दिखाते हैं. Like if you read NCERT and chemical reaction, you just start reading chemical reactions, then you will read this line. Alcohols are versatile compound. They react both as nucleophile and electrophile. Isn't it the same thing that that is present in the question? React both as nucleophile and electrophiles. Okay. Then next statement, it is also present in the NCERT, and it is almost as it is. When you start with the first type of reaction, a reaction that involves the cleavage of OH bond, that is also having the second statement. See, alcohols and phenols react with active, see, alcohols, phenols mean economous, react with active metals such as sodium, potassium, potassium, and aluminium to yield corresponding. Now, since they have not written phenol here, so they have just written alkoxide and hydrogen. So you can see that it is taken up from NCERT. It's not, I mean, they have the NCERT with them and then they are making the questions. Okay. That's what you can infer from this type of particular questions, that they have the NCERT and then they are making the questions, because they are changing a few things. But up the sodium, potassium, aluminium. I mean, potassium, sodium, aluminium. Even they are not writing to produce, they are writing to yield corresponding alkoxide and liberate. Okay. They're just changing a few things and nothing much. So both of these statements are correct, obviously, since they are the textbook. So both these statements are correct, but second statement, it is not explaining why it is acting as a nucleophile as well as electrophile. Okay, why it is acting as a nucleophile as well as electrophile. अब देखिए इसका reason क्या है? Reason भी देख लीजिए. You have ROH. Now, because of this particular lone pair electron, it can attack as a nucleophile. It can attack as a nucleophile. But if I look at this R is going to have a delta positive because it is connected to more electronegative oxygen atom. And since R is electron deficient, it wants to receive electron. So it is electron deficient. If it is electron deficient, it will act as electrophile. Fine. So that's the reason it can act both as a nucleophile as well as electrophile. But the reason it is not giving you the correct explanation for, I mean, the reason and the assertion, they are not related at all. So B option is correct. Both assertion and reason are true, but not the correct explanation of assertion. Still moving on. Try this. pKa value of phenol is 10, while that of ethanol is 15. Ethanol is stronger acid than phenol. This is quite easy. You can take 2 minutes. You got one answer. Okay, very good, Shaheen. Arif, Maria, very good. Approximately 30 more seconds. Okay. The time is up. So first thing that you have to know, and this will be beneficial in the complete long run of chemistry, is that acidic strength, it is inversely proportional to the pKa. So lower the pKa, higher will be the acidic strength. And we know that phenol, it is going to show acidic, it will be more acidic. Why phenol will be more acidic than ethanol? Because once you remove the hydrogen from phenol, you will get phenoxide ion. And in ethanol, you are going to get CH3, CH2, O negative, that is ethoxide ion. Now, this phenoxide ion, it is stabilized by resonance, and this is not stabilized by anything, rather it is destabilized by the plus I effect of the alkyl group. So it is increasing the electron density, making the O negative even more unstable. But in phenoxide ion, there is a distribution of the charge, there is delocalization of the lone pair and the charge here, and that is why it is stabilized. So obviously, this is more acidic. And they're seeing the pK value of, obviously, they don't want you to remember the pK value, rather they want you to know that what is the relationship between acidic strength and pK. The pK value of phenol is 10, while that of ethanol is 15.9. So it's true. If I look at that means they're trying to say phenol is more acidic than ethanol. That's what they are trying to say. Fine. And then the reason they are writing ethanol is stronger acid than phenol. So this will be false, obviously, because ethanol is not stronger acid. That is the opposite of the first statement. So assertion is true, but reason is false will be the correct option. I hope you have written this down. I'll try this. This is again very basic, like phenol treated with chloroform, CHCl3, in the presence of sodium hydroxide, NaOH, which further hydrolyzed in the presence of an acid, Cl, results in. It's one of the name reactions that we have already seen today. It's very good, Shannon. Complete NCERT. You know, I mean, they are not even moving here and there. It's complete NCERT. Send your answers and take 2 more minutes. Okay, Maria. Okay, very good, yeah. Okay, time is almost going to be over. Please see. So this is the famous Reamer-Tiemann reaction. And in Reamer-Tiemann reaction, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know when I got disconnected. What is happening today? Yeah. So in remer reaction, what will happen? You will get the OH, and you will have the CHO here. So initially, what you will get is OH, and here you will have carbon and with two chlorine atoms. The two chlorine atoms, it will be replaced by OH. And then what will happen? So there will be one hydrogen also, I mean from CHCl3. And then what will happen? One, if you have gem diol is a carbon atom that is having two hydroxy groups on it, then water leaves from here. Hai na? You will get water from here. So you can see that you will get this molecule. C double bond O will be there, and then one hydrogen. So this is what? This is 2-hydroxy benzaldehyde. This part is benzaldehyde and this is 2-hydroxy. So it will be option number C. This is the direct question. ठीक है ना? बहुत ज़्यादा इसमें कुछ है नहीं. Moving on for this. Now here they are trying to ask you regarding the acidic strength. Ethanol, phenol, M-nitrophenol, and P-nitrophenol. We have got one answer. Okay, Shahid. You choose like you cannot really choose. I mean, you have to look at each of them: ethanol, phenol, and nitrophenol. Okay, Maria. Now, rather you can start with the which will be the most. Yeah, you can start with which will be the most acidic, or which will be the least acidic. At least you can start from there. Maria, look once again. Which will be the least acidic? Yes, Maria. Fine. Okay, guys. See here. Okay. You can see that obviously phenol, no matter what kind of phenol you're having, it will be more acidic than any alcohol. So we have all of these A, B, C, D is phenol, and we have ethanol. So ethanol will be what? Ethanol will be the least acidic. With least acidic, that means it will have the highest pK value. That means it will be A2. And if you see A1, A4, A2, A2 is in the C, A3 is in the D. So C option will be correct. You don't even have to see any further. Now let us do this question sequentially. Okay, fine. So ethanol will be what? Least acidic. Then we have phenol. So in phenol, you don't have any group that is going to, I mean, it is just phenol. I mean, it is not having any plus M or any minus M. So I put it as zero group, zero. This is plus sign. Then I have M-nitrophenol in the meta position. Please remember that when any group is in the meta position, it is not able to show its mesomeric effect. It will be, however, only showing its inductive effect. And nitrophenol is going to show minus I. P-nitrophenol, it is going to show the mesomeric effect and it will be minus M. Now, since mesomeric effect is the strongest, then P-nitrophenol and also in the negative sign. Now, negative, it is more acidic than positive. Like if you are having negative sign, negative I, negative M, it will be more acidic than the positive I and positive I. Because negative, like electron withdrawing effects, whenever we are fighting minus I or minus M, it is electron withdrawing effect. Electron withdrawing effect, it is going to stabilize the negative charge on the oxygen atom once you remove the hydrogen. Okay? So whatever negative charge is there, whatever you are having as an ion, that will reduce the charge if you have an electron withdrawing effect. That is why the electron withdrawing groups are what more acidic than the electron donating groups. And the most electron withdrawing group here, it is what p-nitrophenol. So it will be having the least pKa, so it will be D3, and then phenol. So the acidic strength will be something like this. Ethanol is what it is. Ethanol. It is the least. Then moving on, we have phenol, and then moving on, we have M, and then the most is P. So you can arrange this. B ethanol के लिए आप we have 15.9. What is after 15.9? We have 10. So you will be having 10. Then what is next? You have 8.3 for M, 8.3, and then 7.1. So ethanol is in 1 and 15.9 it is 2. Phenol is B, 10 is at 1. And then MC, C के लिए है D and D के लिए है 3. ठीक है? Okay. So, I mean, choosing the option is even better if you just if you know for the first one it will be all okay. I was just explaining like how the pKs are related to the different molecules. So moving on. Try this. ठीक इस टाइप में ये बहुत हार्ड नहीं है, ये भी आसान ही है, ठीक है. You don't have to worry too much. There are two reactions happening, ठीक है. So ध्यान दीजिएगा बस. Okay, Shahid, very good. Take 2 more minutes, guys. Okay, okay, Maria. Sorry, okay, good. Sorry, please see here, guys. So here there are two reactions that is happening. First of all, if you see the alkene part, and you can see that H positive and Br negative are here, right? H positive and Br negative. So you can assume that there will be an addition reaction. Also, one more thing is that you have an ether type of molecule like O, and then you have a benzene ring, and then you have the CH3 group. Sorry, CH2 CH3 group. So here also, what can be happening? OC bond or OR bond can be cleaving. Now, if you see the ether part, there are two things that can happen from here. Either the Br is going to attach onto this carbon atom and OH will leave, or what could happen? The hydrogen, it is going to attach on the, rather, I mean, I would say Br, it will attach on the CH2 carbon atom and hydrogen will attach on the O carbon atom. So there are only two possibilities. Okay. Hydrogen will attach, there are two alkyl groups, R dash and OR. So what could happen? Either the hydrogen is attaching here or the hydrogen will be attaching here. It depends on what bond is easier to break. Okay, so if the first bond it is easier to break, suppose this bond is easier to break, then what will happen? Then the OH will attach here. And if this second bond is easier to attach, I mean, it will OH will hydrogen will obviously attach to oxygen only. But more of the question is where is the Br going to attach? So Br is, if the Br is attaching here, then that means this bond is easy to break. So when you look at which bond is easy to break between this particular bond and the bond between OCH2 CH3, then obviously this bond is much easier to break because this red bond, it will be having a partial double bond character because of the resonance. So what will happen? This will be removed and hydrogen will attach to the oxygen atom. So OH. So the first option and the C option, A and C option can be other possibilities. Now, if I look at the alkene here, so in alkene, Markovnikov's rule is present, and but according to the Markovnikov's rule, what is going to happen? According to Markovnikov's rule, this CH, which is having lower number of hydrogen, will be getting the Br, and that is why the C option is going to be correct. Okay, so please write this down. The carbon which has lower number of hydrogen is going to get the negative part of the reagent. Moving on, इसको याद रखिएगा, ठीक है ना? Please remember this reaction. It is one of the very famous reaction. ना HBr HI के साथ reaction होता है. You have ROR. The hydrogen is always going to attach on the oxygen atom. It is a question of where is the halogen going to attach, which alkane group, है ना? R1 or R dash. So whatever is easy to break, that bond is going to break, and you will get the two molecules there. Okay. So yeah, we'll see. I hope we'll be seeing this type of questions. See, this is one of similar questions here. Let me just decrease some sizes here. major product. Yes, I've got one answer. Okay, Tarif. Okay, Maria, very good. Okay, take 1 more minute, guys. I'm giving you a bit of hint here. Break this bond and see like you will be getting a carbocation, and then break this bond, you will getting another carb. You will get another carbocation. Which of the carbocation is stable? Okay, if you break the first, then then the carbocation is stable, or the second one. So whatever carbocation is stable, that bond will be easier to break, and then you can choose the option. Yeah, I don't think that is the correct option because Cl तो है ही नहीं ना कहीं पे भी. You don't have Cl anywhere. The time is up. See, if I'm going to break the first bond, then the carbocation that I will be getting will look something like this. Now this is a carbocation which is 2 degree. If I break the second bond, then I will be getting carbon CH3, CH3, and CH3. I'm writing CH3 as Me, that is methyl. Okay? Then you will have a positive charge here. So this is a 3 degree carbocation. So this is much more stable, right? 3 degree carbocation will be much more stable, and that is why the second bond will be more feasible to break. So once you break the second bond, then what you will be getting? You will be getting cyclohexanol. That means the hydrogen will be attaching obviously on the hydrogen on the oxygen atom. Carbon will be getting the iodine. Okay, so this B option will be correct. And I think there is a similar question in NCERT as well. In NCERT, if you see, not exactly same, but I think there is a very similar question in NCERT. Which is this question here. See, I mean, it is quite similar, right? Which of the carbon atom. And here also you have 3 degree, and here you have 1 degree. I mean 1 degree, 2 degree difference, but it is very similar. Okay, so these type of reactions are there in NCERT itself. Next question, you can do it by elimination method. You don't, pretty sure you have not learned this in NCERT. It is not there, right? But you can do this by elimination method. Okay, Shahid. I'm giving you guys 2 more minutes. Okay, Maria. So Shahid, I mean, you knew the answer or you did by elimination method? Similarly, Maria, आपने कैसे किया? You knew the answer or just by eliminating? Elimination, huh? Elimination method का मतलब, I mean, you eliminate the options which are not correct and you will get the answer. If you know the at least 3, if you know at least 3 options, it will be easier for you. And tolerance test, carbalamine, and Lucas test, all of these tests are there in the NCERT. Thirty more seconds. Okay, Tarif. Time is almost. See here, guys. Tolerance test, it is used for the testing of what? It is used for the test of, tell me guys. Tolerance test and Pelling test. These are the 2 tests that we have read in aldehyde ketones and carboxylic acid. It is used for the identification of CHO group, right? So either you have CHO group, or if you have any 1 degree, if you have any 1 degree alcohol, that is also going to give you the tolerance test, because 1 degree alcohol can be oxidized to CHO. Okay. So 1 degree alcohol it can be, but phenol is not it's not what alcohol, it is phenol. You don't know about anything about the phthalate dye test, carbylamine test. It is also used for 1 degree amine. Lucas test, it is used for 1 degree, 2 degree, or 3 degree alcohol. So the only test that you have not seen here, I mean, which has no relation with the phenol, is what it is, phthalate dye test. So in phthalate dye test, what happens? You have in phthalate dye test, you will be having a phthalate dye, and which is formed with phenolphthalein, and phenolphthalein, it is synthesized by using phenol and phthalic acid, है ना? Phenol and phthalic acid को phenol and phthalic anhydride को अगर आप react करेंगे, then you will get phthalate phenolphthalein, and that phenolphthalein, it is going to exhibit color change with different pH environment, है ना? तो ये phthalate dye test क्या है? It is nothing but it is phenolphthalein itself, ठीक है? और I mean phthalate dye test, it is एक इसका major example है, आप समझ लीजिए, the phenolphthalein. ठीक है, since phenol is acidic in nature, it is going to show change in color, pink color हो जाएगा. Let's try this one. Now all of these reactions are also there in NCERT. ठीक है, अब चूज कर लीजिए कौन सा ऑप्शन सही रहेगा आपके लिए. ए तो सही नहीं लग रहा है, B 1133, C 3311. अच्छा, all the options are same. ठीक है, कोई भी दो, यहाँ पे choose any two options. You will get the correct answer. Yeah, got two answers. Maria, okay. So one more minute, and then I will send it to you. Okay, sure. Okay. See you guys. Let's look at the first option here. Phenol, two, you have 2-hydroxybenzoic acid, and the correct option for this is going to be the fourth one, that is NaOH, CO2, and HCl, Pulvis reaction. Then the next one is Riemann-Tiemann reaction, that is the third one, NaOH, CHCl, then NaOH and HCl. Fine. So A is 4 and B is 3. Do we have any options as that? A4, B1, A4, B3. Yeah, C option will be correct. Please copy this down. This is oxidation of phenol. So Na2Cr2O7 oxidizing agent. It is very similar to K2Cr2O7. Then you have OH and then you have here OCS3. So this is Williamson ether synthesis. And for Williamson ether synthesis, you will be needing NaOH and CH3Cl. And moving on. Try this. Take 2 more minutes. Yeah, got two answers. Okay, Maria. Just approximately 15 more seconds. Okay, please see this. P-nitrophenol is more acidic than M-nitro and O-nitrophenol. So that is correct because P-nitrophenol is going to have minus M effect. M-nitrophenol, it is going to have minus I. And the problem with O-nitrophenol is that the OH will be in hydrogen bonding with the NO2. That is why this OH is not going to leave this particular molecule. Okay, so because of hydrogen bonding, intramolecular hydrogen bonding, it is not going to show acidic nature as strong as P-nitrophenol. So this statement is true. Next, they are saying ethanol will give immediate turbidity with Lucas reagent. Lucas reagent is HCl in the presence of ZnCl2, and it is used for the distinguishing between 1 degree, 2 degree, and 3 degree alcohol. So you have Lucas reagent, and when you have 1 degree alcohol, then what will happen? It does not give you turbidity at room temperature. Nothing as room temperature. Once you heat it, it will give you turbidity. With 2 degree, what happens? It requires 5 to 10 minutes. And with 3 degree, it is going to give you immediately. Instantly, it is going to give you. Ethanol, if I see here, it is 1 degree, right? This is 1 degree alcohol. So that is why it is not going to give turbidity immediately. I mean, it will not give you turbidity at any time until and unless you are going to heat it. So this is a false statement. So you have statement 1 that is true. Statement 2, that is option number A, is correct. OPC. Again, the acidic nature you have to identify. First of all, you have butanol, then you have p-nitrophenol, then you have p-methoxy, then you have phenol, then you have 2,4 dinitrophenol. Okay, Shahid is going to answer. Guys, take 2 more minutes. One more minute. Guys, you should try essay. I don't see any answers coming from uh, Fadil and Madiha till now. ठीक है, so guys, please थोड़ा तो आप लोग try करके answer कर ही सकते हैं. I mean, all of these are like almost board levels question. If you're not going to try, then it will be difficult for you guys. ठीक है. The time is almost going to be over. Last 10 seconds. Here, guys. So, okay, Tariq, good. In this, you can see that the least basic will be alcohol, that is butanol. So A will be the least basic. That means we have option A and option number D. B and C cannot be correct. Fine. Now, what is next? So next, if I see here, we have phenol, and in phenol, we have a minus M group. Here we have a plus M group. Here we have a zero group. And then here we are going to have what? Here we are going to actually, by the way, in the butanol also, it is what? Actually, after butanol, we will see the phenol. See, butanol को तो एक बार हमने कर दिया. Now this is what this is, minus M as well as minus I. That means E will be what? E will be the most, E will be the most acidic. Now, if I look at most acidic, A and D option both are having E, so that is sad. So we have to look at the next one. So we have D and C. So let us see. D is 0 and C is plus M. So obviously, plus M would be less basic than 0 because plus M is going to destabilize, right? So after A, you will be having C. That is the option number D. D will be the correct option. Okay, so this is how you have to do. I mean, these are the things that you have already done in the board examinations. अब सारी चीजें तो क्या ही हुआ होगा आपने. So moving on. I mean, because of size, I could not crop the D option. It's not fitting in the screen. So D option is here, huh? D option अलग से हमने लिखा हुआ है. Both A and R is true and R is correct explanation. Okay. These are not phenols, by the way, ना? These are alcohols. ठीक है, ध्यान रखिएगा. the order of acidic nature in the following compounds. They have placed the fluorine and chlorine such that it looks like it is a benzene ring, but it's not benzene. Two more minutes. Electron withdrawing group, it is going to increase this acidic strength, है ना? अब उसी हिसाब से देखिए इलेक्ट्रॉन विड्रॉइंग ग्रुप कहाँ पे है? Time is almost going to be over. See you. So first of all, here we have chlorine group, which is a minus I group. Here we have fluorine, which is also a minus I group. And here you have a CS3, which is a plus I group. So it is saying A, then B, and then C. Okay. Now, if I look at the next one, fluoro is a stronger electron withdrawing group than chloro. This is also true, right? Chlorine group, it is what it is, a stronger electron withdrawing group than the chlorine group. But the next question that comes here is, what will be the effect of distance? Okay, what will be the effect of distance? Here they are saying A, B, and C. Okay, so this is true. Reason is true. In the assertion, if you see, even though fluorine, it is going to be a more stronger or strong electron withdrawing group, but it is very far away from the OH. So when this cyclohexanol is going to show acidic nature, the O negative will be somewhere here, and fluorine is here. So fluorine will be pulling the electrons. So it will pull from this carbon atom, then this carbon atom will get delta positive. So it will pull from this carbon atom. This carbon will get delta positive. Then it is going to pull from this carbon atom. Then it is going to pull from the O negative. So if you see the path here, it is quite long for fluorine. So even though fluorine is having a very high electronegativity and strong electron withdrawing effect, it is not going to stabilize this negative charge as effectively as this fluorine is going to do, because fluorine is very near, and the inductive effects, these are distance dependent. So the effect of inductive effect, or rather I should say the influence of inductive effect, it decreases as distance increases. So in this case, A, B, C is the correct option. This is true. Even the second statement is true, but it is not the correct explanation, right? So option number A will be the right answer. So, moving on, please try this. आराम से पढ़ी सवाल को हो जाएगा, ठीक है? It's not going to be very difficult. I mean, आप लोगों को थोड़ा बड़ा सवाल लगा, but it's not going to be difficult. 2-methyl propyl bromide, write down the structure, draw it, reacts with C2H5O negative and gives A, whereas on reaction with C2H5OH, it gives B. The mechanism followed in these reactions, the products A and B respectively are. Okay, so once you make 2-methyl propyl bromide, you will understand the correct option. It's not going to be very difficult. ठीक है, आराम से हो जाएगा, ठीक है? It's not going to be difficult. You draw the structures of 2-methyl propyl bromide, then try to react it with C2H5, then you will get the answers. In 30 seconds more. Okay, so the 2 minutes are over. Please see here, guys. Okay, we have 2-methyl propyl bromide. Okay, so we have propyl, that means 3 carbon atoms, and it is having a bromine. And there is what 2-methyl. This is first carbon, this is second carbon atom. Fine. Plus we have C2H5O negative. Next we have, let me just decrease the size. Okay. Next what we are having? We are having C2H5. C2H5 is going to be 2 carbon atoms and OH plus C2H5O negative, right? Now you have to see, like, look at the alkyne halides that we are having, and then think what kind of reaction can take place here. Oh, wait a second, sorry. 2-methyl propyl bromide reacts C2H5 and gives A, whereas on reaction C2H5, okay, fine. So it is not reacting like this. Here we are having C2H5OH, and then we are having the same reactant, Br and CH3. Okay. Now, if you see here, it is going to be, I mean, both of these are 1 degree. This is also 1 degree. I mean, both of these are what same molecule itself. There's no difference here. Difference we are having is in the nucleophile, O negative and C2H5OH. As you see, O negative is there, so it is a strong nucleophile. The strong nucleophile, it is not going to wait for the carbocation to be formed. It is going to attack on this carbon atom and it is going to form a product, which is going to be looking like this. You have all of these, then O, then C2H5. So since this is attacking directly in single step, it is going to be SN2 mechanism. Now the C2H5OH, it is a neutral molecule which is not having any charge. That is why it will have to wait for this molecule to get into a carbocation position. So when it gets into a carbocation position, it will be something like this. You have the 3 carbon atoms, the Br will be removed, and you will have a positive charge. And after the positive charge, there will be a hydrogen atom. Here, this hydrogen will be shifting, and you will get a positive charge here. Now, this positive charge will be attacked by the C2H5OH. So you'll get a molecule which is something like this. You have O and then C2H5OH. 2 carbon atoms here. So the first one is SN2 and the second one is SN1. Why? The only difference is the nucleophile. If you have a strong nucleophile, then it is going to attack on the, I mean, it cannot wait because it is having already a negative charge. C2H5 can wait because C2H5 is not having any negative charge. So if you look at the options here, SN1, SN2, no. SN1, SN1, no. SN2, SN1, yeah. SN2 and SN2, no. So option C is going to be the correct. Okay, as you can see, this is also isobutyl. Wait a second, I have missed 1 carbon here. So I have 3 carbon atoms, then the oxygen. 3 carbon atoms, then the oxygen, and then 2 carbon atoms. So this is isobutyl, and this is ethyl, and this is an ether. The second one we have, this is tertiary butyl, and this is ethyl, and this is an ether. So tertiary butyl, ethyl. Okay. So this E option is going to be correct. This thing that I think we discussed this in the last lesson. When you have strong nucleophile, you are having strong nucleophile, then it is going to show SN2. And if you are having a weak nucleophile, then it is going to show SN1. How to identify whether something is strong? You have to see. It will generally have a charge. It will be charged. What charge? Negative charge. And then weaker nucleophile are generally neutral. Okay, this is how you have to do. Okay. So that's it for today. And just read the NCERT. Most of the question, all of the questions are coming from what NCERT, and you can expect approximately 1 to 2 questions. Maximum the question that have been asked in the January session is 3 questions from this chapter. The minimum they have asked is 1 question from this chapter. Okay. So you can expect approximately 1 question or two questions in your paper. Okay. At least 1 question will be there in your paper from alcohol phenol ethers. And looking at the pattern, you have